Planet Friendly is a kind of a technical book which explains how to produce in a clean manner and how to face the big problem we had actually in any type of printing which concern the air pollution, the water pollution and the waste. And this is a problem now that we have in Europe, of course, because of REACH, because of RO, because of WE, because of different regulation against the VOC, volatile organic component emission. But we have to face, but also now all over the world. The problem of pollution are so big in China, in India, in Thailand, in Mexico, everywhere that we decide. That book we made was made in France 3 years ago. And then I decided to translate it in English for Fespa, and we work on it together with Paul Metchin, who is a big specialist of, let's say, Brussels problem, lobbying in Brussels, and pollution problem. So we have to find 3 different things. One is, do we pollute in screen and digital printing, especially solvent digital printing? Yes, we pollute. So the problem is how to get rid of that pollution. Shall we treat or shall we try to work in a different manner using other technology to be cleaner? So, for example, if you speak about the air, it's not such a big problem because the air, you've got now clean technology. You have to avoid to work with solvent, as well in screen printing as in digital. And you have to use UV technology, which is much cleaner. I don't say it's perfect, but it's much cleaner. So air, okay, let's say now 60% of people in the world are using UV in screen and maybe now 25% in digital. That's one point. Second point, if you pollute, how to clean? So this is where the problem is complicated because you have to filter the air. We came to a situation where to reject any solvent in the air will be prohibited inside and outside of your plant, you see. So you have to absolutely do something to avoid that. And problem is that the treatment of the air is expensive. Yeah. But the worst is not the air, the worst is the water. Because we came to a legislation in Europe where any printer will have to reject pure water. That we call chemically pure water, which just means you can drink it. No, not so far, but it must be clean. No, what we call mess. Mess is a particle in suspension, for example. And of course, no product which can damage the health of people. And problem is that to treat the water, to filter the water, to treat it with active coal, with what we call flocculation, etc., is extremely expensive. And where the problem is going to be relatively dramatic, if for the small companies, they don't have enough money to equip themselves to treat the water. The third problem is waste. Waste is not so difficult to face, you see, because you've got what we call industrial, non-dangerous waste and dangerous waste. And all this is submitted to legislation, to European directive in all the country. For example, in a village or in a city, the garbage system cannot take the industrial waste. So you have to take care of yourself, and as a printer, you are responsible of your waste from the moment you produce it to the moment it is recycled or destroyed or whatever. So that's the problem. And well, in France, for example, it works well. We make a kind of a separation of waste, so it works. So Planet Friendly is a book or a brochure which explains all of that, explain how to treat the air, how to treat the water, how to treat the waste, and how to build a system inside of your plant to produce in a clean manner. Because now we also have customers in textile, for example, but also in visual communication. They want that the printer produce in a clean manner. They want that the printer, wherever they are, in South America, in India, in China, in Europe, East Europe, they respect the labor rules, local labor rules. They would like that they pay sufficiently the people they employ according to the rule in the country where they produce, etc. They ask more than simply manufacture. See? Before the customers say, okay, you manufacture, I don't care how you manufacture. Now there are people who ask, do you produce in a clean manner? So that's the point. And that's exactly where Planet Friendly is made for, and we translate it in about now I think 10 or 11 languages, and we keep going with that. Many people say, okay, screen digital, what are we? It's very small. It's a small business, it's small industry, small technology compared to I don't know, steel work or coal work or whatever. But okay, as little we pollute, we do contribute to the warming of the earth. So we try to do our best to prevent that. That's the reason why.